Hi seamstress, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we shall be drafting a pattern for this gorgeous dress. This is our front bodice and this is our back bodice. You would realize that the back bodice is shorter than the front bodice, and I have explained this in the past that it is due to the fact that we have a dart around this point. When this dart here is closed, the length automatically becomes the same, and that's the reason why we have this discrepancy at the hem area here. From our sample, or what we shall be working with, the neckline has been increased. That's the width of the neckline has been increased by half an inch. What you do to do that is just to go ahead and increase the width like this side here and this other side. Now there's no hard and fast rule as to the neckline being what it is. You can go ahead and alter the neckline and create a neckline that you find befitting for you. So what we're more concerned about is the use of that to add fullness, and also creation of style line that is rotating our dart and redirecting our dart. So I'm just going to go on and place this together like this, side by side, making sure that the waistline meets. So what I'm going to do now is just from the waistline here, I'm just going to go ahead and measure between 1 inch and 1.5 inch like this from the waistline. Whatever measurement I apply to the front bodice, I'm going to do the exact same thing to the back bodice. That's the waist area. And from the waistline here, we're going to go down again by between 1 inch and 1.5 inch as well. Remember, this is just for the purpose of illustration, where you can go ahead and implement the measurements to your adult pattern. You do it like this. So I'm going to separate this pieces now. And now we're going to continue working with our front bodice. At this point here, we're just going to go ahead and decide or determine our underbust area. Our underbust is going to be from our bust point down towards our waistline or the hem. For a size 8 to 18, it is usually 3 inches. So from your bust point here, you go ahead and measure 3 inches from your bust point like this. And because I want to have a perfect measurement, I'm just going to go ahead and take a measurement from my waistline to the underbust, so it will guide me and I'll be able to have a straight line. And this here is my underbust line. From the underbust line here at the center front, I'm just going to go on and draw a line that connects to this, the initial 1.5 or 2 inches that we designed like this. And then for the center front here, we're just going to go down like to the length of our dart here. So we're going to take a measurement from our waistline to our dart point here. Whatever we have, we apply it here like this. Now we'll go ahead and connect from our measurements here at the side to the center front like this. And this is what we have now. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase the underbust line so it doesn't confuse you. So this is what we have. For our back, we're just going to do the exact same thing. I'll pin them like this together back again. And then from our waistline, we take a measurement and see what we have. Okay. And then come back and do the same thing here. Then you mark it. And then you connect it like this as well. And you do this one like this as well. And this is what we have. Now I'm just going to go ahead and separate them again and then continue working with the front bodice. I'll go ahead and trim off the pieces like this. Now before I go ahead and continue working with this piece, I'm just going to label them. I'm just going to go ahead and label them. So we have 1 here, 2, and 3. Now we're going to set 2 and 3 aside and work with 1 and 3, I mean aside, then work with 2. Now you'd notice that there's a dot around this point and we can't leave the dot like this. We have to close the dot. To do that, I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the dots. And then I'll bring them in like this. Make sure that they close into each other and it is closed like this. I'm then going to go ahead and hold it down with a tip. Now if you notice around this area here, there's a space. And what we're going to do is to go ahead and blend it. This is because we do not have crooked lines in pattern drafting. So what I'm going to do is just to cut a piece of paper and place under and blend it. So here I have placed a piece of paper under, and as you can see, the contrast in fact is showing. And the space is more pronounced. So you're just going to place it like this. Make sure that when you're blending, you do not add to your side here. It is the original measurement you have that you work with. You're just going to join it to your side. Next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and trim it off. And there you have it. We have successfully closed the dot around this place. Next I'm going to pick is 1. So now we're going to work with 1. We have the remaining part of this dot and we have this side bust dot here. So we're going to rotate this particular dot here, that's the side bust dot, to this front dot that is left. To do that, we just go ahead and create a slash line to the bust point. And then we go ahead and slash this line as well. So next thing I'm going to do is just to pick this piece and push it under like this. Remember, this is a rule in that rotation. Hold it down with a tip, then go ahead and redraw our side because it's crooked and there are no crooked lines in pattern drafting. So we're just going to go ahead and do something like this, then trim off the excess. Now we have gone ahead and transferred our dot from the side bust dot to this point, and you can see it is open around this area, thereby increasing the width of our dot. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the other dot leg so you would see the actual size of the dots. So this here is our dot that we have successfully cut off. Now I'm just going to pull it like this and then you would see the actual size of our dot, and there you have it. So now we have successfully transferred our dot from the side bust dot to the front, and this is what we have. So now we're done with the upper part, which is number 3. Next thing we're going to do is continue to work with number 3. We're done with number 1, I mean. Next we're going to work with number 3. So this here is number 3. For number 3, we're just going to go ahead and create an A-line skirt. But what we're used to is creating an A-line skirt by closing our dot. Unfortunately, we do not have a dot to work with at this point. So we're going to have to figure a way to make our A-line skirt work. What we're going to do is just to go ahead and take a measurement from the center front here. So this point, whatever we have, we divide it by 2 and mark. I'll then go ahead and draw a straight line like this. Next thing we're going to do is just to go ahead and divide this particular sections into whatever it is we want. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw slash lines like this. I'll then go ahead and label my slash lines. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next thing I'll do is trim them off completely. This side here, I'm going to attach a piece of brown paper and increase the width around that area. That's for number 6. Place a brown paper like this. Hold it down with a tip and go ahead and increase the width. I'm just going to place it like this and then do something like this. And go ahead and trim it off. So here, these are my pieces, and as you can see, this is my extension. So what I'm going to do now is just to go ahead and place a piece of brown paper under and spread. So I'm going to start with number 1. Number 1 is going to touch the edge of the paper. And make sure that the hem of your number 1 touches the hem of your brown paper as well. There's no hard and fast rule as to how to go about this. I'm just doing it like this so we would be able to tag along. But it is best that the hem of your pattern piece touch the hem of your brown paper. That's the paper you're using to spread. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take a measurement of how many inches I want to increase or add to be able to create fullness. It's not much. That's a picture of the dress I'm seeing. It's not much. It's between 1 inch to 3 inches. It doesn't look that much. But you can decide to make it 5 inches if you want it to be very full. If you want it to be less full, you can just go ahead and work with, I wouldn't say you should work with 1 and 2 inches. You can just go ahead and work with 2 inches. You mark it like this at this point. You then come down here and mark the exact same measurements. The fuller it is, the finer it is, and then the more fabric it consumes. So you bring number 2 and place it at the exact point where you marked like this. Hold it down with a tip. Then you continue working. Go ahead and take the exact same measurements like you did earlier until you eventually exhaust everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera and I'll go back. I need you to see this last part because this is the one with the attachment. Hold it like this. So you can go ahead and spread it however you like, but this is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and trim it off camera and I'll go back. And this is what the final piece looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and place 1. This is 3, remember? So this is 1, 2, and 3 together. 1, 2, 3. I'll come back and explain when I'm done with the back bodice, but this is what the front bodice looks like. So this here is our back bodice. So I'm just going to go ahead and label it as well, then trim it off. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to go ahead and close the dart for number 2 the same way we did number 1. I'm going to do it off camera and I'll be back. So here it is. I have gone ahead and closed this dot. I have in fact blended this area, and I've also gone ahead and added the extension we had here in the front. To get the extension for the back bodice, all I did was take a measurement of the extension here at the hem for the front and then apply it to get the back extension. I've also gone ahead and drawn a straight line because on the back bodice here we still have some parts of our dart. So I just went ahead and drew a straight line from the center of the dart to the hem, and now I'm going to set aside 1 and 2, then work with 3. In this case, we shall be able to go ahead and create our A-line skirt. So what I'm going to do is just to pick this piece and overlap it like this. While I am lapping, I'm going to ensure that the that legs actually lap correctly. So I'm going to hold it down with a tape like this. As you can see, we have this opening here, and here we have a cricket line. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend it up with a brown paper. So here it is. I have gone ahead and in fact drew our slash lines. Next thing I'm going to do is just to slash them and spread them on a piece of paper the exact same way I did the front bodice. What is going to be different though is that I'm going to do this off camera and then I'll show you what I have done. So this here we have is our back piece. We have 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work on number 1. So you see this dart here that is remaining, we're going to take it out from this side. We're just going to take a measurement of what we have at this point here and then go ahead and apply it to our center back. So just find out what we have and then we'll bring it here. If it is not up to half an inch, that is if it's not 1 inch, that is between half an inch and 3/4, apply it to your center back. If it's more than that, you apply half to your center back and half to your side. Next thing I'm going to do is just to go ahead and use a ruler and draw a line that connects straight to the center back. So from the mark where I have place where I have marked, I'm just going to draw a line, slanted line that connects to my center back like this. And here we have taken out the excess. I'm just going to go ahead and then cut this out. And then we'll go ahead and blot out our darts. So we no longer have a dart around that area of our back. And that brings us to the end of the tutorial. So I'm just going to put our pieces side by side so you see what it looks like. So for our back, this is what we have. On the back piece. And then for our front, this is what we have. After you would have cut your pattern pieces on your fabric, you then go ahead, that's including allowance. For this part here, that's the dart at the front. What you will do is you go ahead and create guided stitch around this area. But first you would notch it, so you'd be able to tell where it is you're supposed to create your guided stitch. Your guided stitch is usually running stitch. You then go ahead and stitch here, then pull it to create gathers. After you pull it, you make sure that it fits this piece here. That's the upper part of your waistline, this part here. It fits into it. If it doesn't fit, you pull some more and make sure it fits. You do the same thing to this side. Create gather stitch just at this top area here. You pull it and ensure that it fits into this. You go ahead and do the exact same thing to this side, and that's it. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.